doing. Where Ericsson had a technical platform looking for a brand, he explains, Napster had a brand looking for as many platforms as possible. It took 6 months of negotiation, but Ericsson and Napster came up with an online music service that would deliver songs to mobile phones and personal computers interchangeably. The timing was perfect, Linietsky says. There's nothing else like it out there today. This time, working together really worked. Ericsson's corporate customers wanted online music for their mobile phone networks, and Napster was glad to supply it, along with its hot brand name. But that's not always how it goes. The road to corporate hell can be paved with extremely good intentions. Companies link up for reasons ranging from the idealistic to the downright venal, and they do it in several different ways. The most minor can be sharing technologies, as American and Japanese car manufacturers have done for decades. After that, there are several steps up the ladder to a complete merger, which can take the form of anything from two companies joining together under an all-new banner to a hostile takeover followed by layoffs and liquidation. The most successful link-ups are usually built on a combination of comforting similarities and useful differences. Though that notion seems fairly obvious now, it wasn't always so. In the 1960s, ambitious executives like James Ling of LTV and Harold Janine of ITT constructed gargantuan conglomerates made up of dozens or even hundreds of often unrelated businesses. The rationale was to insulate investors against the ups and downs in any one industry by diversifying across several sectors. The reality was disappointing. With little in common, the component businesses were often hampered rather than helped by coming under unified management. In addition, executives sometimes used profitable businesses to subsidize those that were failing instead of simply letting them die. Their priority, it seemed, was not to make a profit for investors, but to keep their own empires intact. Still, within a few decades, almost all of the conglomerates had crumbled or dissolved. These days, you can usually find a strategic reason for a merger announcement, even if it's not immediately obvious. An apt case study comes from eBay's acquisitions. In July 2002, the leading internet auction site bought PayPal, a web-based system for buying and selling products, for $1.5 billion. At that time, eBay had its own payment system called BillPoint, but PayPal's was more popular. PayPal's technology, like BillPoint's, could be combined with eBay's existing auction platform. By bringing on PayPal, with its well-developed payment infrastructure and its valuable brand name, the company would provide a streamlined, immediately familiar tool for buyers and sellers alike. Then, in September 2005, eBay offered $2.6 billion, with up to $1.5 billion more in performance-based bonuses, for Skype, one of the pioneers in voice-over Internet telephony. Why did an Internet auction site need a telephone service? The reason wasn't obvious right away, but there certainly was one. Several companies with big online platforms, like Yahoo, Google, and Microsoft, were getting into the voice-over Internet business. If one day they decided to offer auction services, then they'd also have an added feature, voice, that eBay lacked. Nobody knew whether customers would want to talk along with their auctions, but they might. With a voice partner in place, eBay wouldn't have to worry about getting caught in an unfair fight later on. Even mergers that make sense on paper can run into trouble because of personal and cultural factors. In 1997, when Morgan Stanley, one of Wall Street's top investment banks, merged with Dean Witter, a similarly big name from the world of financial brokerages, it was the latest in a string of mergers bringing these two seemingly complementary types of businesses together. Yet the corporate cultures were jarringly different. A hierarchical bread-and-butter retail brokerage firm versus a sparkling